Let's talk some high school football. I'm Fox 23 Sports Director Nathan Thompson, along with the Tulsa World's Barry Lewis. And we're going to go over your top 5 games in the area here for the week. And you can always get that in the Tuesday edition of the Tulsa World, or you can go to okprepsextra.com to see it online. Game number 1, Thursday night game, as we have McAllister at Coweta. And man, what a matchup. Number 1 at number 3.
McAllister and Coweta have played some thrillers in recent years, and I expect that to be a similar thriller on Thursday night football. Last year's game between them was not a thriller when it was number 2 versus 3. McAllister took it to them really big time, 33-2 last year. So you know Coweta's fired up and wants to avenge that loss. And McAllister, the challenge for them is whether it can get geared back up after an incredibly emotional roller coaster win, 34-33 in overtime at Del City last week. So that's besides the travel on a short week, that's going to be the challenge for McAllister.
And game number 2, this is also a number 3 versus number 1 showdown. This is in District 4A3 as Wagner on the road at Cushing.
Yes, Cushing has such an incredible offense, and it will be challenged by Wagner's dominating defense. I really that's a very intriguing matchup. Which is going to prevail? Is it going to be high scoring, or is it going to be low scoring? I figure it's going to be a tight game. Cushing, it would really be a statement win for them if they would prevail, beating off a perennial powerhouse like Wagner. Very interesting matchup.
Game number 3, another top 5 showdown. This one actually the Fox 23 game of the week, as we have Norman North, number 5, at number 3, Jenks in Class 6A1, District 1, and that's where you're going to be also.
Yes, looking forward to it. Jenks still not really clicking on all cylinders. Norman North, they've been a mystery team this year. You don't know what to expect from Norman North. Last week, they looked great for 3 quarters, leading Broken Arrow by 29, but then they went into overtime, lost a 29-point lead in the 4th quarter. So, but then they did win in overtime. That was the main thing. So it's really hard to figure these 2 teams out this year. Jenks has a history of beating Norman North, but this is the first time they played in district. I think Jenks is a little vulnerable right now, but it'll be time for one of those teams to make a statement.
And game number 4, Stillwater, the number 1 team in Class 6A2, is back in the Tulsa metro area. Pioneers had to beat Booker T pretty handily last week, and this week they are in Sand Springs, so the Sandites have a challenge.
Yes, a big challenge. Sand Springs got routed by Stillwater when they last met in the 2020 playoffs. I think the key for Sand Springs will be if they can run on Stillwater. They've got an outstanding running back, Kenneth Page. They've been giving him a big workload, 35 to 40 carries I can see from him. I think the key for Sand Springs is to shorten the game and not turn it over. If they can do that, I think they can give Stillwater a good game.
And rounding out the top 5, we go in District 6A44, Hilldale at Poto.
Yes, can Potos or anyone stop Eric Virgil, Hilldale's outstanding running back? He's got over 1,100 yards already on the ground, so he's on a pace for well over 2,000. This will probably be a tough test for Hilldale and Eric Virgil, because Potos always got a really tough defense, very physical. Hilldale has a chance for a statement win. Potos won the last 4 games in the series.
All right, that wraps up the top 5 games here in Week 6. You can get Barry's column in the Tuesday edition of the Tulsa World. You can also watch it on okprepsextra.com. And of course, I mean, they should just pick up a Tulsa World every day this week. Yes. But on Friday, you will have a recap of your top game, as we have Wagner taking on McAllister, and then, of course, the preview of the Friday night action. Saturday, you'll have all the other game recaps and scores and great pictures from the Tulsa World photography team. And you can always go to okprepsextra.com for all of their coverage there. For Fox 23, we will be live at the Norman North at Jenks game Friday night at 6:20 to preview the action there. 10:15, extended highlights of that game, plus other games around the area. 11 o'clock, it's our 30-minute show. We'll be live from there. Barry will be there as our expert analysis, so make sure you watch all that. And if you miss any of it, all of our high school football coverage, you can watch it online at fox23.com on the sports page. Just click on the High School Football Tonight tab.